fog.
My uncle told me such a good story involving that in Florida.
In Florida?
Yes.
He told you about it while in Florida or about Florida?
No, while in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Was it about Florida?
A story about Florida in Florida?
It was
Florida man?
technically the story was placed in Hawaii.
It's actually a good segment.
It is
You
kind of
wanna
a
do
good
yours
segue.
first?
Do we want to do mine first?
Well,
or
let's hit the intro
do
first.
we want to just tease them?
Hit the intro first.
We'll hit
Someone
the
did
intro
it.
first. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the cabin. Very familiar place that you guys probably haven't seen in a little bit.
Well, no,
Because
they've
we've
been
been busy.
seeing it.
We're
We just
okay.
haven't been seeing it.
I guess
Yeah,
we haven't
yeah.
been seeing it, but we did post our backup episode.
Right.
As you may be able to tell, it is fall in northeastern Ohio.
Yo, quit, bro.
We gotta get them off our set.
Somewhere in the
Get 'em off
northwestern
first.
hemisphere.
Because we have people tracking us.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in the middle of Ohio.
Somewhere.
Somewhere near a cornfield.
That narrows it down.
I know.
I'll edit that
I
out.
know, right? That's what I'm saying.
They'll never
I'll
figure
edit
out.
that out. Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
That
Phew.
They'll never figure out we're from Wisconsin now.
Genius. You do know they grow corn in Wisconsin, right?
I think that's the joke.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Luke, I want to let you in on a little secret.
Yeah, what's up?
We're going to make this joke about how Wisconsin doesn't grow corn, but they actually do.
I'm not going to lie. I missed this.
I did too.
Oh, man.
It's been too long.
Oh, really, though?
I'm
We
happy
took
to be
way
back.
too many breaks.
Have we even discussed the Trey situation?
I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
so.
we
Yeah.
broke up with Trey.
Yeah,
No, I'm
we
just kidding.
kicked him off, actually.
Trey-
It's-
yeah.
It's a big, long story.
It sucks.
Rest in peace, Trey.
So if you're looking to join the podcast,
Too dark. I was just going to talk about how he, I don't know, did something mildly disrespectful, and then we kicked him off.
Yeah. No, Trey's off to college.
Yeah.
Good luck. University of somewhere.
Dude, it's
somewhere in the
it's
north
Univers-
Ohio.
No, it's University of Toledo. It's a big school. If you find him there, say
Talk
what's
to
up.
him.
You know how
Holla.
cool that would
Holla.
be?
He should be doing a few segments that we can include with
Yeah,
him.
that's what I was gonna.
Trey out in the field. I don't
Yeah.
know what we're gonna
Well, I think
call
we're
it.
gonna
Tuesdays
call it
with Trey or
something
something. I can't remember.
Tuesdays with Trey.
So the
I
plan
mean,
is,
it should be like a news report, right? It's like,
Hey guys, what's up? I'm walking in class here on Tuesday morning. I just had breakfast. It was garbage.
yeah. I think it'd be a
what
good
music
way-
are you listening to?
Yeah.
Send his mic up
We
with
think
him.
we're gonna. He wanted to do
Oh,
because actually I think Trey came up with that idea. We were just gonna talk about how Trey sends in a quick video of him saying what's up, whatever. But then he
Oh no,
brought
I
up the
said
idea.
I said I wanted him to go
Was
out and
that of
talk
you?
to a bunch of people.
Okay, well,
because then
yeah.
we could spread it around too.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
started talking about doing skits and stuff, like Trey
Yeah.
going up, and obviously the famous one is what are you listening to right now,
Yeah,
or
stuff like
just
or
asking
just, or ask him. I'm
Oh,
the
me,
college
I'm
student, so they
I'm
should
just
be
wearing
better.
headphones.
a bunch of
Brown noise 762, the exact sound of maroon colored
or
paint.
it's Patrick's Lee 1 hour version.
Oh,
all right,
Oh,
thank
all
you.
right, cool.
But so basically, instead of the little break or cut we have for the in between segments, we'll have a little video of Trey doing something in there, and it'd be cool because we can now on to Trey for the break, and then it goes
Yeah,
break.
exactly. That's what it'll be. Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna try to do this episode. I'll
Oh, I
text
think
him.
so.
text Trey,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
tell
now that
him
we've
something.
said it, we kind of have to. So
Right.
Yep.
So at this break, keep watching. 'cause
yeah,
there will be a
you
clip
will
from
see
It'll
Trey,
be cool.
and hopefully a few random people
Yeah,
just
He
kind
did
of
something.
doing whatever.
It'll be cool to see too, because I don't
I'm
want
really
him to tell
excited.
us what he's going to do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to see it whenever I edit it. Or
I'm really
you edit it and
excited.
then you post
I'll probably
it.
talk to him and shoot back a few ideas, but I don't want him to tell me what he ultimately
It's
decides
just gonna be so
on.
cool just to watch it
Yeah.
and be like, on the Trey for the break. All right, what'd
Yeah.
Trey do?
I might send him a voice recorder just so it's easier for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to get a little bit.
Buy
Digital,
one on
digital.
Amazon. Buy one on Amazon. Just send it to his address, his
Yeah.
apartment,
Yeah.
or his dorm, or whatever.
However he wants to do it.
I was talking to him today, and I said get a few people from Toledo that could go on the Halloween bus with us, and he's like, I have a few that may want to, and I'm like, bang,
Yeah, bet.
Sweet.
For sure,
So-
dude. For sure.
fill that thing up.
Yep.
So what else I was gonna say? I was gonna say something.
Have we finished the intro?
No, I don't think we ever.
No,
actually
we never did the
introduced-
intro.
What episode is it?
73.
73.
73. Dubs.
Hey, yo.
Split second disrespect.
I speak that
Let's
language.
go- well, we should introduce ourselves. There's probably been a couple.
Yeah, you probably don't recognize
Who wants
this.
to start?
I'm Luke with my hoarse voice.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah.
Me, the main host, Jacob.
Whoa.
AKA Sherm. Yeah, honestly, you shouldn't introduce yourself as Jacob. No one calls you.
No one knows
It's
you by
Sherm.
that.
Who is Jacob?
I get a little, even my boss calls me Tyler.
What?
What?
Oh, she just
She still
does.
she messes it up sometimes.
She just forgets my name and thinks it's Tyler.
One of the old guys at the bar, he calls me Jared all the time. The one owner's son is called Jared. He says he gets us confused.
You look like a
unquote.
Jared.
He says he gets us confused because he never knows where Jared's at or where I'm at. So I'll walk in and be like, "Oh, hey, Jared."
I'm Devin, by the way, but that's funny.
We have
Oh.
one customer out of Arrowhead that calls Isaiah Isaac, and we just don't correct him.
Hey, Isaac.
And he calls my boss Terry, and then he calls me Sherm.
He's
So
so
he actually
nice.
gets mine right.
He's so nice.
Yeah.
I wonder. He probably knows your first name.
Yeah, he definitely knows my first
He's
name.
so nice that I just never corrected
He
him. It's
literally
actually
brought-
become a thing where he got kind of self-conscious about it one time. He's like, "It is Isaac, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I go by it. Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, it's, I let people call me
whatever.
It's
This
easy.
morning I had an early morning. He brought me a breakfast burrito from McDonald's. He like set it down and walks away. I'm like, "Hey, yo, Mike, you forgot your burrito." He's like, "That's for you, Sherm." I'm like, "Hey, yo,
He did
thanks,
that-
my
He
guy."
did it for me last week. I didn't even tell him he left it. I ate it, and then he started coming back. He like put it down at the bar. He left. I'm like, oh, he must have been for me. I start eating it. He starts walking back, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, he's coming back for the burrito.
Where's my burrito?
I'm about
I left the burrito here.
I'm about to leave.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Why'd you do that?
We can't have foreign items at the bar, actually, so I had to throw that away. My bad, bro.
Foreign items.
I didn't recognize it, so it had to go.
It's probably drugs.
It
Clearly.
laced or
Hopefully
something.
not.
That had to have been.
It was like on Saturday.
I felt really good after I ate it.
Like on Saturday, a woman set her glass of wine on the bar, and then she kind of walks away, she's talking to some people, and I assume like most people set things on the bar, and I'll take it away and like clean the dish. So I take the wine, dump it out, clean it, and she's like, "Where'd my wine go?" And I'm like, "Oh, I cleaned it." And she like kind of made that face. I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't need any more."
Oh, yo.
Oh my.
Have you ever had to cut someone off like legit?
Yeah,
Like
recently.
You did?
Yep. You were in Florida.
Oh,
This man, he was there the whole time, and he went out onto the course. And I'm fairly certain that Tim, one of the golf pros,
yeah.
had to, because Kevin wasn't there either. He had to go out onto the course and like solve some sort of problem that they were causing, like too loud or too much of a ruckus. He came back in at the end, and you could tell they like pregame for it, and so going pretty heavy. And then he came back in after they were done golfing, and I saw him at the half. Around the corner, they come in halfway through their holes, and he was sloshed, absolutely done. And they kept going, and he drank more, and he came back. And he could not form words. He asked our boss for a really specific mixed drink. He's like, and she's like, we have no idea what that is whatsoever. And I'm sitting behind the bar, well, not sitting, but I'm doing stuff. But I overhear him, and he's talking to her, and like he's kind of getting frustrated, but he's like so drunk he couldn't really get mad genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps just repeating it, and he's like leaned on the bar, like really
Supporting
relying on
himself.
the support.
4 points of contact.
And
just-
there's a
Is this thing floating in water? Oh my god.
and there's a class reunion going on too, so he's kind of being a big disturbance for everybody around them.
was he a part of that reunion or
No.
Okay.
It was much older.
So that's
reunion.
probably better than him being a part of it. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
there's
Yeah,
just-
but he was like really being a nuisance. And We
Yeah.
didn't really know what to do. We weren't going to kick him out or anything like that. Just
Hey, yeah,
yet,
you
but,
got to go home.
But
Get in your car and go.
There was a point. Yeah.
Dude, that is something we need to bring up. TikTok is crazy right
I
now
know.
with the drinking and driving.
Yes.
Like obviously,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all
they're
joke,
encouraging
but
too
like
much.
it will
It's
be like
bad.
a video of
Yeah.
someone drinking a beer, and everyone's like, "Get that man some keys," and it's
Yeah.
like,
It's not good.
Cool.
It's
Chill,
not good.
chill.
because like everyone thinks it's funny, but at the same time, like everyone like
Knows it's bad.
combats it.
I don't
Like,
know what
yo,
hap-
stop!
I
What
don't
are
know-
we doing, guys? Like
Yeah,
everyone knows we're all doing wrong,
Yeah.
but like we keep doing it. It's like, guys, why do we do this?
I don't know.
Like I'll catch myself liking that, and I'm like, yo, no, yeah, undo that, undo.
Hey, yo.
It took such a turn with like TikTok without alcohol.
Yeah.
TikTok all of a sudden like all alcohol. You've seen some. It's like when you POV, you've been sober for 12 hours, and it's like you reach for a glass of Sunny D. He takes a sip of it. POV, he looks away. He looks back. He goes to grab the Sunny D. There's nothing in it. Or no, it's not. It's a glass of Sunny D in a gallon, right? So he pours it in, takes a sip, looks away, looks back. He takes a sip. It's clear. It's like, what the heck? Looks over at the gallon, and it's like straight Tito's afterwards. It's bad. I've seen so many versions of it.
I know.
Same deal. They're like, I don't know, doing something with a glass of whatever, and they turn back. They they look away, look back, and it's a set of keys. It's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I saw one. It was like me reaching for my 15th round before I go to bed, and then he like accidentally grabs his keys. And he's like, "Oh darn!"
That's so funny. Like people like stitch it. Like I'm trying to think of one, but like it'll be like a bartender mixing a nice drink, and then he takes the drink of his nice drink, and someone will stitch him like, "Yo, get this man behind the wheel,
Yeah.
bro."
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
get that.
guys, stop.
People at like
It's
really,
funny, but no.
really populated bars. It's like, it's so convenient that they let us put our keys all in this bowl so we can find it at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And like they tip the whole bowl over. It's awful. I haven't seen those as much recently, but they were hilarious.
They're funny, but
It makes me feel bad about liking them.
Yeah, like I had to bring it up, bro. They're all over.
Yeah. It's
Every time I
everywhere.
watch it, I laugh, but I'm like, yo, this isn't good.
TikTok is a wild.
I must be on the wrong side of TikTok because I haven't seen any of these.
That
videos.
means you're on the
way.
right side of TikTok,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
If you think
I
about
guess.
It makes
I'm
me
on a
more-
roll for sandwich, Ike's lunch.
I haven't
You're
got
still
that in a
on that?
while. I haven't got.
I'm
this
still
in a
on
while.
Ike's lunch.
I don't
I
really
have
like.
not-
They've been on a hot streak. This week they hit like 3 of 5.
Really?
My
Oh,
TikTok.
but the first like 4 weeks they went 0 for 20.
Yeah, I know.
It was rough. The first of the new season, anyways.
season.
I haven't seen any of
Well,
the new
they,
season.
they did 100 episodes, and then they're on season 2.
See, I've never even seen it actually.
Really,
I've
you
seen
can
it.
actually
You
guess
sh-
now
you
too.
showed it.
They have
You
a
showed us.
freaking link tree thing, and you can go in there and go. There's a guess Ike's lunch page now, and you can like put your name in, email address, and your guess.
That's wild.
The first like 3 days of the new season, or the first like 3 days it was open, there's some people that were like 3-0, which was actually impressive because
I think Ike needs to keep an eye out for stalkers, bro.
I know, like how much pressure is on Ike?
Ike
Like,
is.
you know, every
gotta go
time
to
he
some
goes out to get lunch, you
wild-
know he's thinking about. I wonder what they're gonna guess. Like,
Yeah.
wow, I wonder if this is too obvious or you know.
No,
Bro's
like,
rocking a hat and
but
shades.
One day
to
he's
hide
gonna
his
snap and either
identity.
just not get food for 3 weeks, or he's like going to like 3 different shops, getting food from every
Yes.
place. Like,
soon he's gonna have like private investigators like tracking him. Like,
Oh
"Yo,
my
we got
gosh.
Ike at Chipotle. Ike at Chipotle. Empty hand.
He hasn't got
Nope, not there.
Chipotle in like 40 days.
He's not as big. Of
He's
a
been
Chipotle
getting.
fan
Oh, he's been
as
getting
me.
a place called Somersault in New York. It's a place called Somersault, which is essentially Chipotle,
Okay.
just like more
So do they
localized.
have to guess the restaurant or the food?
Restaurant or
or
food. Like
yeah.
you can say like Hawaiian food or
Yeah.
Greek food,
Yeah.
but they have so many options in New York City. Like I don't know how they even like relatively guess this.
Exactly. I don't
Except
know
he has like a
two-thirds.
main like 8 or 9 places that he goes,
Mhm.
like halal guys, Hawaiian.
I've heard
Cuban.
I've heard Wingstop. I think
He's
a
been
lot.
getting Wingstop, which is weird. I don't understand that pick. I don't like that pick
Wings
as
are
much.
good.
Oh, no.
He wouldn't, but it's Wingstop wings.
I've never been.
Do you not
Wingstop
like-
wings are just small and not good. It's like a worse version of B-dubs.
Okay.
Beat up slap though.
But they're so small,
I
bro.
like this
If I'm getting wings, I have multiple different places I'd rather go for wings than B-dubs.
I don't know.
Not chain
I like
places,
B-dubs.
but like just places.
yeah.
All right,
Fair enough.
He
that's
could really
probably-
hit him with the hard shot and get like a home cooked mama's lunch.
It's probably
Nah.
like legal. Like
Yeah, it has to be
imagine-
like a fast food
Imagine if
place.
he did come in with like a faulty lunch. Like you think they'd go ballistic on him? Like Ike, you're fired.
Probably.
You are fired.
He's their main editor, though.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, actually, I didn't get lunch today, guys. I'm on a diet. Everyone would be
What?
Get out.
like, leave.
You're gonna be a new diet. It's called poverty.
Jobless.
Your diet's about to go hardcore mode because you're not gonna be able to buy food.
My mic probably picked up that ding.
Yeah, probably. That was loud.
Jacob, phone's on silent.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You
Who
don't.
actually has their notifications on, though?
I had it
On a day to day. Like, do you actually keep it on like that all the time?
Not all the time. I always have it on for a reason because I'm expecting a call or a text from something.
I always have them on usually.
Mine are
I
always,
keep mine
you
on
always have
when I
silent.
walk into a school.
I'll get
Mine
dings
turn
and
off,
pings
and
most
then
of the
when I
time.
walk into work, it turns.
Yeah, when I go to work, my freaking
Until-
work focus goes on always, and I have to turn it off.
Mine's always off.
I don't really go to places where I need to turn it off.
I just don't like it on.
I don't.
I guess you don't. I guess you guys both have older iOS.
Yeah, I
So
can't.
like,
do the
there's a new
nice-
thing called focuses. And you can
Right.
like put different things on. You have like personal focus, so you don't get like texts for
I have that, but I
emails
don't
or
have
calls from people from like work or whatever.
Right.
And there's work focus, so you don't get any personal calls. I made one called class, the sleep one. It's kind of nice actually.
I have
'Cause
that.
then you
but
can.
I've never messed around with it.
In the event like you need an
Turn off
emergency,
phone.
like if you're in class, like I have my class one set, I can get calls or texts from like my mom, dad, grandma, important people. Everything else is like turned off.
Yeah, that actually does sound pretty nice. I think that'd be pretty cool.
You can filter it out pretty much when you need to, which is a smart idea.
Was it a lot of setup though?
It's not. It took me like 10 minutes maybe.
For
Just
each
to,
one, or just
well,
all of
there's
them?
5 of them come preset. You just have to like name the like
people.
specifics,
Right.
The
How-
specifics
So
in
how
each
does
one.
it work? Like if you're going into class, do you turn on that specific?
Yeah, I
focus?
just swipe down, hit focus, and I hit class, and it turns on. And it turns on like if I had my iPad with me, which at Wright State we're not allowed to have like computers or tablets for notes in class, which is dumb. Like I have
Not in
my guy Isaac Abram, kind
I
of.
have a class we're not supposed to do that either.
And I'm not. He's like, yeah,
probably-
you're not allowed. You have to take paper notes. I'm like, yo, I don't even own a notebook.
It's probably a per class thing, because
Yeah.
I took a stats class last semester, and the dude right next to me was all computer. He didn't do a single thing with a pen or pencil. All tests, quizzes, homework, notes. Even though we all kind of did it on paper, a decent portion of it, he all did it on his.
Like I
he had a
only
laptop. He had an iPad with a attachable keyboard,
keyboards. Yep,
and he had all that.
it's way nicer.
Someone in one of my GE kind of themed classes this past week, they had it. I was the only one in that room without a laptop of some sort, because you don't need it. This class. I do the work outside the class that's required, that gives me points, and I just kind of show up and listen and just do what's required of me, like bare minimum in that class. I contribute with my mouth, and that's it. I say stuff. That's it. Everyone else has laptops and pads and everything, all these doodads. I'm sitting here. If I need to do anything online, I do it with my phone. I'll just like hunch over the desk. I'll just type like this. 2 minutes. That's done. Last week, I'd say I saw like 2 people drop their iPads. Just like attachable keyboards and everything just
Gone.
on the floor.
I don't know how people do that. Like, how are you that clumsy?
Do you guys have the desks that are like? We have the tiny all over Ohio State Lima campus. The tiniest little desks.
Oh,
It's
the-
right hand
Like
only,
the single
right
personal
hand-
one.
right hand only or left hand only single. Yeah, like you can fit one notebook or one
Yeah.
book, or that's it. And they try to fit these big laptops or like these,
That's what they had at
the
Miami, right? Where
Yeah,
Buckeye
pretty
State
much.
Was.
or like these the iPads with like the keyboard things, and some of them are just bad. Like the hinges are just bad. So you move the chair slightly, or you're like shifting your chair, and the whole thing will go, and iPads will fly.
Yeah, they do
the
fly.
air.
I will agree.
And one of them, I didn't see the one. I just heard it, and I felt bad. And then the other one I saw, and I almost laughed because they try to catch it and they hit it with their hand like this, and it went way higher in the air, and it disconnected from the keyboard somehow. I thought it was like a case that would hold it together. Disconnected.
Most of those cases
So they had
are
to
so free.
They had to choose which one to catch.
Yeah.
Well, they use like magnets. Like
figure
no
they're pretty
case for mine
expensive,
just
Luke.
uses magnets to hold it
Right.
in, so I can just do easy flip to use the keyboard,
Yeah.
flip it down, flip it around. And
I got a couple stories from my classes I don't think I've told. So last semester at Wright State, my in-person class, I felt so awkward because I didn't bring a computer. Because I don't have like a super nice computer or like a laptop.
so you don't want to like show it off, like
Yeah.
or bring the one you have.
Because like
I feel
all
really-
these guys have like the brand new MacBooks that like they do with
Oh,
their
yeah,
life and
yeah.
soul on. And I'm like, I have one at home. It works fine, but I'm not huge bringing it around.
you're
So I
not
brought up
dropping
the class.
$2,800 on a MacBook
I
Pro.
feel I've brought mine like twice, and I feel super uncomfortable opening it up and like having like other tabs open.
I know. So I went, and I was the only one that didn't have a laptop because it was for one of the classes, and it's like again, like he didn't say you needed them, but like they used them that day, and it wasn't that big of a deal because it wasn't like a. I knew you needed them for the quizzes and the tests or whatever, but it was just to do some. It was trying to show us something on Excel, like to do stats or whatever.
Right.
So he pulled it up and he's like, all right, pull out your laptops. And I'm like, I'm the only one. Everyone else whips out all their laptops and fires them up. I'm sitting there like, oh.
looking poor.
Yes.
Anybody got a
It's so
toner?
true. I'm like, guys, I promise, I'm not poor. I have one, and it's fine. But and
It's
then
just
after
at
that,
home.
yeah. So and then my other story, just because we're talking about classes, is for this semester, I'm taking management accounting, and it's an
Yeah.
accounting class. It's kind of sucks, but it's not too bad. It's like all the others, bro. They're like all the same.
I know,
They're
they
all
are.
the same. They're all terrible. So, but this one is all online, except there's a set meet time on Thursday nights. And just to give you a little preview, my professor's name, his first name is Hans. Hans. I'm like, I saw this. I'm like, oh man, this may be a rough semester. This man has computer problems and has no idea what he's doing. Dude, he's the funniest old guy because he hops on and he's like, what is all over my screen right now? I can't figure. I know you guys don't see it, but what is all over? He calls people. He's like, I'm sorry, I have to call for help. He takes off his little $5 Dollar General headset that he uses, and you hear his phone call. You're like, I don't know what am I doing here? And then you can hear the person trying to help him. And it's probably like some Wright State IT guy.
Just hit on the top of your
Someone, because he does call him by their first name. So either he has a close relationship with the IT guy at Wright State, with how much he calls him, I could see.
Our IT guy at Ohio State Ohio State lineman is literally Indiana Jones. He came in to help us for the most recent class I was in person at, and he had a fedora. He had like the tan vest and everything. He had like that 5 o'clock shadow. He was in and out like that too, and he was just like super strict, he was gruff. He's Indiana Jones. More to be said on that at a later date when I figure out exactly what he does.
But I'm sitting there, and he has computer problems every time, and like, also like he's the classic says dumb jokes. So he's like,
just laugh at it.
Our class time is from 4:40 like 7:20 or whatever, and sometimes we finish at like 6:30. So we had like 50 minutes or 40 minutes left or whatever. So we're sitting there, and he's like, well, I guess have some time left. I'll just tell jokes for the rest of it. All of us are silent, and
Can
he
we
goes,
just leave?
I'm just kidding. I'm just going to tell you one joke, and then you guys can leave. I forget what jokes I'm trying to think of one. I don't think I'm going to be able to come up with one, but they're like dumb. They're not terrible, but they're just like, yeah, I'm going to leave.
That's a skill
Yeah,
I need to be able to come up with like a series of like 10 jokes that I can tell on the spot. Just like classic, like actual like one-liner jokes.
You got to make a toolbox of jokes.
Yeah, I need
Always
those.
reach into.
Depending on the situation.
He's just the funniest old guy. And like he also has us our cameras on. So like he's like, can you please turn on your camera? And he calls on people too. Like he'll call you to answer questions. And dude, he just messes up all the time with like when we're supposed to be going forward through the PowerPoint or the slide or whatever, he'll go backwards and then he'll reread it. And then be like, I went backwards, not forward. And he'll go forward. I'm like, bro,
That
you know
seems familiar.
That's funny.
I'll see if I can send you guys a video if he's doing something comical, something noteworthy. I'll record it and send it to you guys.
That's legend.
He's a decent dude. He really is, but he's just because he told us a story about how like because it all before COVID he was just all in person, but then like once COVID hit, they went online and Wright State has their own online thing like with WebEx. I don't know if they personally own it or like they have a deal, but like they're somehow attached to the website WebEx. So he's like, ever since they started doing this online in WebEx, I just have no idea what I'm doing. It's so dumb, and he gets frustrated all the time. And there's a person from Larmy in that class, and I text her, and I'm like, is this person serious right now? And she's like, he does not have the qualification to be teaching this class right now. And he gets mad too because he's like, I've wasted 14 minutes of class time already. I cannot believe it. Like this man was about to pull out his hair, even though he's bald. He's getting fully mad. He's like, I just cannot believe I wasted 20. Hans.
How old is he?
Pretty old.
Probably 70s.
Probably.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. German sounding names. Sometimes gets a little angry. Real good with numbers. All right, we figured it out. 70, so in the clear. Just had to check.
I'm supposed to have my first Zoom meeting this week with Ted Ramirez, so we're gonna see how it goes.
Is that one of your classes?
Yeah, it's one of my professors.
Is it just a one-on-one or a whole class thing meeting?
It's the whole class.
Okay.
But he said He said if it was 1-on-1, bro.
I didn't know if you
I'd
did
not
like
be ready for that.
a weekly check-in with everyone. And just,
No. He said if you miss it, then you can schedule 1-on-1 with him. I'm like, I'll be there.
Can you say his
Don't
name?
worry.
Can you say his name again?
Ted Ramirez.
Okay, you didn't say it like the first time. You rolled the
Ted
R the first time,
Ramirez.
which reminded me of
Oh, yeah.
last night we were both working, and we had a
This is
huge
funny.
20 top family come in.
No, this wasn't a family.
Oh,
This
not a
was-
family. It was a party. It was a
This
party.
was a group of
It was like a group of a bunch of golfers coming.
35 to 40-year-old.
It was supposed
adults.
to be. Oh, yeah. It was supposed to be 20. It ended up being like 25 or something like
Yeah.
that. Anyways, they came in, and we're supposed to sell a bunch of specials because specials are easier. We can get food out. It's just so much easier. And we had a class reunion on the other side of the restaurant at that time. So we were just trying to get everything out easy. So we go out there. They finally all sit down. Jacob and I go out there prepared for war. Like we have a game plan, and we will
I have
execute
I have
this
a whole
plan.
speech of like run down all the
Of all
specials.
the-
prepared.
He goes
You're gonna
through every special at the very end, at the very end of the list, and there's like 5-6 specials. Very end of the list, he goes,
and I'm like, and our last item is chicken primavera. I roll it really hard, and they
no, the first time you're like chicken primavera, and
I said it
the-
real fast the first time.
I hear him like two people chuckle, and then they're like the lady like right in front of Jay goes, "Can you go through the list again?" And we're like laughing because of that, because he just went through like 2 minutes of listing all this stuff off, and then he does it again. He gets to the end again, and he does it. He doubles down. He like rolls both of the R's. Do it again.
I can't, bro.
Come on.
Primavera.
It was basically like that. They
ate
died.
it up.
Yeah.
They ate
He
it up.
sold.
They lost
He sold the house.
lost
They lost it. It was
then I'm going
crazy.
through taking the orders, and they're like, "I'll have the chicken primavera." And I'm
Yeah,
like, okay.
primavera.
You know you do. You go up to the next person. What do you want, baby? You know I want
Primavera.
chicken.
Yeah.
You guys like getting excited. Give me that.
No, we only sold like we didn't sell any pasta primavera because it wasn't chicken.
didn't,
It was
bro.
pasta primavera.
You didn't
No,
say
I
I
said
sold
that.
two.
You
I
didn't
We didn't
sell
sell
any.
any.
I sold two.
No, because that was the vegetable one.
No, it wasn't. I sold
Pasta
5
primavera-
total pastas, and I had 2 primaveras.
I don't think so. You sold the
Yeah.
shrimps. You sold 2 shrimps and a bunch of lasagna.
2 shrimps, I had lasagna, and 2 primaveras.
No, you 3 lasagnas.
didn't
I
have
literally
3
talked to our
lasagnas.
boss.
We only
She
had
did not
4
sell any
lasagnas total.
primaveras. Primaveras. We
Well,
didn't sell any.
We're gonna let you guys work this out. You guys will
Yeah,
fight
let's
off
go outside,
camera.
Jacob.
Hopefully,
Seriously.
you guys enjoy this, the
That-
Trey
that would be
segment.
good
So
for you.
Let's discuss this.
Hopefully he has a segment.
we will force him to do something.
Oh, he'll have a
so.
segment.
On to Trey for the break.
Did you really sell pasta?
What's up, Speaking Sporadically? It's Trey here, tuning in from Toledo in the dorm room, and just wanted to update you guys. We'll be doing like a halftime show, kind of, where I'll be tuning in with short clips every single week. So, just kind of want to update you guys, and just stay tuned for next week. Peace.
That's funny.
Arr.
All right. Of you, Devin, and Jacob, I'll give $10 to whoever can guess exactly what game Luke is playing right now.
This is the game. Oh, yep. I know what it is.
It's vertical. Pokemon Go seems too easy.
He is playing. Is he playing Temple Run?
No, sir.
Subway Surfer.
That's a really good guess.
Subway Surfer.
I was just gonna say that's a really good
Yeah.
guess.
Keep
It is.
playing. Wait, what is it?
Fuck, I lost.
Yeah, keep going.
Luke, we're live.
Yeah, we are.
Don't hit
Oh.
retry. Don't be cheap.
No thanks.
Yes, that's
No
what we,
thanks.
That's what we do.
What was he playing?
You have to keep
did you
guessing.
guess?
Oh, I thought you said it was right.
hands to play. So.
No.
Hmm.
Oh jeez.
Oh, that way overshot that.
I don't know what I was doing there.
That sounds like Pokemon.
Maybe we should do this instead of
Hold
Ike's
on.
thing. What's Luke playing?
That would be.
I could do that because I get stuff all the time. Don't look at it.
Yeah.
I don't even think you could recognize it even if you did see the reflection because I saw it and I thought it was something way different than what it was.
I saw it and I thought it was Temple Run.
Is it darts?
No, you're in the right.
Because it looks like
realm.
he's like throwing it.
Yeah, you're in the right realm, dude. You're bad.
Is
though.
it Cup?
I don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I am garbage.
Tell him what it is. Tell him what it is.
Is it the trash can where you should shoot the paper in the trash can?
That's an old school
That would
one.
be funny.
I would love to find
I
that
played
game
that
back.
game recently,
Actually, everyone gets one more guess over there, Jacob.
So you're throwing something?
Yeah.
I've seen.
It's
I've
still
seen
in the
this
same.
light.
Aside from throwing, it's in the same realm as darts would be. You know what I mean?
Now I'm really thinking just the
James
trash
played-
can game.
I just haven't changed it. I only
I
got
don't-
the
I
game
don't
like
do it
a
either.
few hours ago.
Yep, I do that all the time.
When I get tired of it, I'll just get rid of it.
Where's my water?
That's not a good guess.
It's not like a Pong game, is it? Where you throw the ping pong. In
I
the
used to do that back in the day.
Okay. I know it's a Message game, right?
iMessage game or Game Pigeon.
I am playing Cornhole League.
I am not getting that.
It was so random to look over. We're about to start. I look over and I see like this weird like ramp, a black ramp with arrows on. I think he's playing like a card
Can you
game
give me a tea?
or a car game.
Car game.
Table, bro.
Nope. Playing cornhole.
We'll get it after.
Speaking of, I need to
As a reward. As a reward.
Wait, will you get it or will we get it?
You will get it.
Whoa, how's that rewarding? I could just get it right now.
Did you
then,
start
if
the
that's
timer, by the way?
just now.
All right, that's
Are
fine.
the windows
Yeah, like
still
a couple
open in
minutes
this
or
place?
so.
I'm hot now.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
I feel like I just got acclimated to the temperature.
Before we get too
I've
far,
set in pretty well.
we're going to hit the fantasy
Oh.
football 5.
Well, first of all,
Yes,
Trey, what a wonderful segment.
Yes.
Thank you, Trey.
I really liked it when you said that one thing that one time about that one. You know what I mean?
That
We
was
know what
funny.
you know what I'm talking about. That one thing.
Yeah, let's do it. Like we should make it so cringy, like
Yeah.
when you send every time, like, thanks, Trey.
Yeah.
Now on.
Now back to the podcast.
Now back to the podcast.
Now back to your regularly scheduled podcast. All right, Jacob.
time
what
for
was-
Fantasy Football
Fantasy
5.
Five.
If you guys don't know, we're new. You're new here. We're gonna start we have our own podcast, has our own fantasy league, and at the beginning of the second segment, we're just gonna give you guys a quick rundown. We may go a little over the 5 just because
We haven't done this in a
said
few
anything.
It's almost the end of week 3.
Yeah.
I will start a 7-minute timer. That's fair.
Seven's
Seven's
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Pops
start
off. We
your-
gotta. What are we switching to? Because if we don't have a topic to switch to, we'll just
like
stay on it.
immediate, like everyone shut up.
I have one. Might not be a good segue, but I have
I'll
one.
tell my story first because yours might go longer. I'll tell the screw story.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We'll
So-
end with that one.
All right.
All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Luke, start us.
Starting.
Well, can I just say this week I lost by under half a point, and that's very depressing.
It happens.
Yeah, I won by 0.5. It was pretty nice.
You didn't guess it. Those two played each other.
Oh, that's actually funny too. Because
We were supposed to be like
Devin and I played each other
Yeah,
this
we were
week.
supposed to be. Yeah, Devin has actually played and almost lost to us all. Devin won this week. Is winning
Yeah,
this
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So
My team fell apart.
week 1, clap Devin's cheeks,
Week 1.
it was
And-
kind of close. But
and I have to just keep from receipts here. Y'all said my team was the worst. Y'all said Devin's team was the best. Look what happened.
all I'm saying, I've been getting screwed over. Keenan Allen also got hurt.
That sucks.
So
Yeah.
Winners
he hasn't been
win,
playing.
losers lose.
Yeah, so
I mean,
think
he's
it's
still
more
gonna go
luck.
for
I
what,
still
like
my team.
125-ish
What do you mean?
this week?
He's projected like 125
But
right
anyway,
now.
Fine. Still without Keenan.
Your
yeah.
team's record.
That's pretty good.
1-1. I lost the first week by like 0.8 of a point, and then I won last week by like 1.1. My spread is like 3 points right now
Yeah.
for points for versus points against.
Devin has the most points against, I
Yeah.
think.
So
Right?
I've
by
been-
6. By 6.
Oh well.
It's still the most.
6 points. I just want to say I do have technically the second most points against.
All right, I got you.
6 points is still pretty close.
All right.
Everyone else is pretty deep other than that.
And then your best player.
Probably Cooper Cup.
Yeah, easily.
Dang, what is my best player?
I don't know either.
It's so hard to get. Okay.
My
My-
team's also mid.
Yeah, my.
Yeah, really?
No. Okay. Raise your hand if you're 3-0. Oh,
Oh,
that's right. Right. Yeah.
What are you saying?
Every player's my best player. On my.
I don't understand what he was trying to get.
You
at
just
there.
said my team's so mid.
I said my team's so mid.
Oh yeah, it is.
I said everybody on my
This
team
week.
is so mid.
This week, your team has good ones. They pop off.
I didn't insult you, so I don't know why you're acting like that.
I know. I apologize. I'm trying to compliment you now.
Okay.
I didn't mean it. Still happy I'm 3-0 though. But no, I don't have a crazy player. Nothing of any notable. Nothing notable happened. I just been winning.
Yeah, nothing notable happened. You mean Jalen Waddle dropping a 40 bomb for no reason last week?
according
That
to-
was amazing.
That was according to plan. I knew he was going to do that.
No way, bro.
Jalen Waddle's so good. The Miami
It's
Dolphins
not
are just
supposed to.
good.
They are. It's so dumb.
Just think, I had. No, I don't think I had ever had Jalen. I can't remember. I'm not going to say it. I thought I might have had Jalen Waddle at some point on my team last year. I thought I had Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, and Amon-Ra St. Brown cross through my team at some point last year.
I had Jalen
Imagine
last
if I would
year.
have kept him. But I don't know if I had Jalen Waddle.
I had Jalen last year.
Did you keep him?
I needed him. I was in such a bad spot. I had so many injuries last year, but
Oh, so you kept him. So I didn't have him.
yeah, I had him like the second half of the year, probably like
Oh.
week 8 on.
Who knows? Jacob, let's go with your team.
Team's 2-1. Made some trades, so now my running back core has changed from Najee Harris and Jamal Williams to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon.
I think that was the second best trade so far, aside from Trey's. Trey made a trade this week, and he went from like 80% chance to lose to almost winning, and then his team kind of just busted, and he almost came up over it. But yeah, we made a good trade because that was a 3-way.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, like when you traded away Najee, I still stand on that. That was such a bad trade. But now that you got like the 1-2 combo punch, I'm like, it's better than what you were. Especially because you didn't really give away anything for it other than your running backs. Like your receivers and stuff are all tight ends, all still the same.
Yeah,
So
I didn't trade anyone on my starting lineup except Najee to get Aaron Jones and
so
A.J. Dillon.
you're probably definitely better now than you were at the beginning of the year. But I got some good trades that I got in mind and I had planned. I'm 0-2 right now. I have just been getting pretty unlucky. Keenan Allen got hurt. I had people like Tyreek drop a 40 bomb on me. Jonathan Taylor, the best fantasy running backs, not doing that great. But then again, last year at the beginning, he didn't either. So, I mean, I'm not
I'll
worried.
make you a trade for Jonathan Taylor.
I'm trying to
Javonte
think.
Williams and
I
Rashad
would
Bateman.
only take Cooper Kupp. And
You sure? Javonte and Bateman? You have a little 1-2 with Lamar and Bateman?
yeah.
The 1-2s are so worth it.
I know, but
It's so nice.
The stacks are nice.
But I don't know. My team's doing all right. I'm kind of yoing injuries and just trying to figure out my flex spot because I had Donald Mooney is doing absolutely terrible. He has such great talent, but it's just that he's on a terrible offense. Keenan Allen got hurt, so all I have is Marquise Brown that's still
You
in.
want-
Dawson Knox.
You want to talk about
Has
unfortunate
been
talent?
busting hard.
so
Who
I
has
don't
George
know.
Pickens?
Jason.
Does
He's
he
on his
playing
bench.
him?
That's unfortunate. He's so good, and then he just doesn't get that many points.
No. I mean, he's
There's
like,
so many targets
Doesn't get
over
any
there in
volume.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a deep threat guy. A couple big catches a game, you know.
Yeah.
Deontay's been my most consistent player, though. He's blessed.
he will be.
He was same with me last year, and by the end of the year, that consistency, you'll love it.
Thursday was very worrisome. He just God, he's so good.
He is so underrated, bro.
he's so good.
Deontay Johnson is
He's
just
so
so
good.
good. His talent is insane. But yeah, I got a few trades that, well, I had them all lined up. And the big thing this week, I think I could have got them all. It was a couple chain ones. I could have got them if the players performed correctly. Like the players I'm trading away did good and theirs did bad, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking these people I'm trade with, I don't think they're as smart as me. I think they're going to base it harder off 1 week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
there's those few people that are like, you know, they're going to base everything off this past week.
Yeah.
So, like, if they dropped 4 for them, they're going to be like, oh, he's terrible. Get him out, you know, and you will get him for low. They're not going to look at the whole season and overall and
Yeah.
stuff. So it might hurt because I have to check what everyone did, but I don't think it went in my favor. I still may be able to snag some trades and stuff that I want. But if I had this plan, I was thinking about if it goes well, dude, my team would have been loaded. Would have been so good. Would have been better. But we'll see how it plays out. Maybe next time I come on, I'll be able to tell you guys good news. And
Maybe at
That'll all work
50-50, a little 500,
yeah.
2-2.
I know me and Luke were talking about a trade. I was trying to get Devontae Smith, and he has Rashad Bateman. And he already has Dallas Goedert and A.J. Brown, which are
They're
great.
Yeah.
It's a
They're
pretty
on
nice one.
Very
too.
nice.
The only
for 'em.
person I'm missing that's been getting all the targets over there in Philly is
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith.
And that's what I was trying to trade for. And I want Rashad Bateman because I have Lamar,
Mhm.
who is probably the king of my team right now. Lamar's a beast. He's better than Josh Allen, fantasy-wise. And it's a fact. Time's up.
Aw.
All right, Nick.
I'm just saying
up.
Lamar Jackson's RB1, but we'll move on.
So getting into the story.
You
Yeah.
say he was
Screw story.
RB1?
Or QB1. He
Well,
he
he
is
is
RB1.
RB1.
He
To be
probably is
fair.
RB1.
All right,
Just
all right,
about.
all right.
30.
He probably is RB1. But all right, so I'm rebuilding a deck for my grandparents. Just the top.
Story switch. We're done with
Yeah, fantasy.
fantasy now.
Hard
But-
cut.
His team could go for a rebuild.
Hey, yo.
It's fine. Once Keenan Allen comes back, they'll just be.
Keenan Allen back is huge because Keenan Allen is the king of consistency.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So I'm rebuilding just the top of the deck. So taking all the boards off and putting them back on. Which for one, I won't get into it too much, but it is such a pain because every single one of these screws was made by cavemen and do not hold their threads, are rusted over, break off. Like I have seen the most absurd stuff that my brain can't fathom. Like this doesn't make sense. Like I go in there with my drill and I hit reverse and then it goes and it spins and I pull it out and literally it's just half the screw. Like they just broke in
Snap.
the middle and I'm like, It makes no sense.
How?
Or like I'll try to pull out nails, and instead of them pulling out, they'll just break. I'm like,
How old is that deck?
I don't know.
It's gotta be
But like,
ancient.
there's no like, I don't get how a nail breaks before it just pulls the nail out. Like, whatever. So I was doing the other day, and luckily I could be pretty rough because all these boards are going away. So I have to like chunk out these nails with my hammer, like
Jeez.
break all this wood out so I can grip it and twist it out because I don't have all the fancy drilling equipment to drill through the screw and tap it and whatever. So I always like tear off all these boards, and a lot of times they still have screws in them. So I have a big pile of these boards with screws in them, and I threw them in this pile. And I was standing over doing work by them, and I was trying to get another board off of another board. Like it was a 4x4. It was so it was a 4x4. So it was like kind of a blocky on top of a top plank, and I was trying to bang off the 4x4. So I'm sitting there hammering the 4x4 to get it to basically pop off so I can get them separated. When I feel a slight poke in my heel, and I'm like, I wonder what that is. And I go to pick up my foot to see what it is, and the whole board lifts with my foot flat. I'm like, I know what that is. I know what that is. And I go, and then I filmed a video and posted on my private story of me pulling off my shoe. An entire full inch, like 3-inch screw, and these boards are only like, I think they're 3/4 of an inch, maybe just an inch. So it was like a solid 2 inches or something hanging out that's in my shoe. Now, luckily, if you look at my shoe, I don't know why, but they have actually a really big heel.
Oh yeah, those things are
Because
massive.
Devin's actually 4'6". He just needs that extra height.
I think my grandma got these at like most grandmas, they see something
Family
on sale,
tree.
They don't
Yeah,
need
just
it.
random- yeah,
they don't
just
need
get
it,
them
but
for
like
you.
it was a
Yep.
great deal. So I think she just grabbed them, and I use them as my work shoes. So they have a big heel. So luckily, and also they have actually, the savior was my sole. Because I went and I
The
pulled
sole
off my
is
shoe.
huge.
And
SOS.
No, not the, what do you call it? Not the sole, but like that little liner thing that you can pull
Yeah.
out.
In the
that's, like,
insole.
paper
It's
thin.
the insole.
Yeah.
Because the screw was still poking probably 1/4 of an inch through this actual rubber part. But for some reason, the screw did not pierce that inner sole. Like the inner sole was being held up by that screw. Like it was all flat and I could
Yeah.
see it. For some reason, I'm like, this thing must have been lined with like metal in there or something because it just
Well,
did not
screws
allow
don't
it.
pierce too easily. Just how they are.
It pierced through
It's a
it.
screw.
I mean,
Oh.
I was putting my
there's
full
a lot
weight
of-
on
Yeah,
it.
there's a lot of weight going on.
And I mean, they're still decently sharp. But yeah, for some reason, it did not pierce through that inner sole portion. So it still poked me a little bit, but it wasn't like a full-on stab.
Wouldn't it be nice, Jacob,
Yeah.
to not get stabbed?
I stepped on a nail and it went through my foot.
That's a
sucks.
thick one, too.
I felt
a big
I
one.
had the same process as Devin. I felt the poke, but then I was like, that's a pretty strong poke. Oh, I'll probably take off my shoe and just check.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a big red hole. It's better than my dad's experience. His went like all the way through the top. Like he didn't even have to take off his shoe. You
Ugh.
could just see it from the top. Went through the bottom and the top of his shoe.
Oh.
That is disgusting.
We're gonna get demonetized for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
We don't get money anyways.
We got to be
Let's
monetized
be real
first.
here. Let's be real here.
YouTube monetize us.
But yeah, that's basically my story. I pulled it out. It was pretty funny on the story when I literally just had to like, shh. It was like unstabbing something like, because it was so big. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm gonna say I do. I think I get you.
I don't know. I thought it was just funny. That was
Actually,
wild.
really, he's probably the only one here that knows what
I have
he's saying.
I have another story that I was saved from the divine God, dude.
From the divine God.
From
The divine.
From him.
Oh,
He
okay.
/ him. So
Him.
I was sitting on the edge of the deck, swinging at like the edge to try to like chunk out a nail.
okay.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm gonna stand up. And I was sitting here. I'm swinging like this, and I'm dumb. I should have stepped off to the side and swung to the side of me, but I was standing like right in front. I was sitting there swinging, and the first time I could tell I was getting close, I'm like, Devin, what are you doing? There was this one time I went. Obviously, it's supposed to just hit and like chip there, but it ricocheted off the edge. I felt it hit the hairs on my leg. The
I've
back
done
end,
that so
the
many
back,
times with, like
like
crowbars and stuff.
the sharp end of the hammer. I felt it. I was swinging hard too, and I felt it barely nip the hairs on my shin, dead shin. The sharp end of the hammer. I literally set the hammer down. I was like,
You ever had that
I
with
could have just
sledgehammers?
died.
Could have just
No.
died.
Sledgehammers at work this past summer. That was like a way back in the back of my mind. Like, so we were taking out a small brick like extension of a house for like a garden. Like it was a raised bed walking up to the door, like a porch. We were taking it out because they were doing something with the house. So I got to get rid of all these bricks. I'm swinging away. First of all, I probably broke a lot of code violations because I didn't have glasses on. Those bricks were going everywhere. Like I felt like cuts in my cheeks and stuff. I was like wiping my. Oh, that is a red sweat. That is odd. Like, how did that get there? I'm going away at it. There's dirt flying everywhere and stuff like that. There's an axe next to me because there was shrubs in the garden or in the raised bed. So I'm hacking at roots too to get everything out. It is a danger zone, 100%. And just one time I swung at the bricks and like half the wall came down, so way easier than I thought. And I kept swinging and the wall, because it's raised about this high and I'm standing up. I swing at the wall. I'm like this far away from it because I'm trying to knock it in towards me like an idiot. And it just falls right into my knees and everything. And the hammer keeps coming because I don't even know if I hit the wall before it fell. It might have just been from the last hit. It just kept coming. And I think I got saved because it was the power was diverted through the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But it knocked me so bad on my butt. So bad. I think like a fir tree or whatever kind of caught me. Mm-hmm. So it stung, but it didn't hurt. But sledgehammers, I'm never going to pick one up again. It was terrifying.
I have things like that with the eyes all the time. I'll be like weed whacking and something
the
will
eyes.
hit me like in my temple.
Oh yeah.
I'll be like, oh my god.
I bought a pair.
Yeah, I wear them all the time.
I bought a pair
normally
now.
wear them.
Yeah. When I'm weed whacking, I wear
more than it
sunglasses.
should.
Weed whacking is bad. I never had weed whacking at home until I started working like working outside or doing it more, I guess, around the house. I never did it. When I had to do it once every a week or every 2 weeks, it was whatever. Get it done 20 minutes. I don't know. The weeds have just gotten stronger, more firm.
They hurt.
I'm telling you.
Well, when I did my summer jobs or whatever, whenever I weed whacked sometimes all day, hours. I put my hours in with the weed whack for the place, and a lot of times I was weed whacking on gravel too. So I would try to get close, and then you would hit the gravel and so the first 5 minutes probably me weed whacking, I felt stuff all over my face, hit right under my eyes, right around. I'm getting glasses. I'm not dealing with this. And I would still see and hear things nail my glasses, just absolutely ding them, and then it just bounces off. I'm like,
I would have to
wild.
weed whack the edges of sand trap bunkers,
That's
and
probably
you would
terrifying.
hit sand, and you don't think it hurts that much, but just getting
Sand?
drilled a million times, my fingers
Pieces
would
of
be
tiny glass, right?
numb
Just
and bloody if I wasn't
basically.
wearing gloves,
mm-hmm.
and then my cheeks
I
would
believe it.
kind of be numb,
sore,
rashed up.
sore, just getting hit by so many tiny pieces of fast sand. That's horrible.
When we worked at Scott's, I would be walking with a pallet jack, but I would get tired of pulling it behind me, so I'd
And then I'd
let it
sit down and
walk
take a
up
break.
right next to me, and then it would run into the back of your heel, and you'd run it over your foot.
That's
That is
booty.
painful.
booty.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
That is
Because you're pulling
painful.
it. It's behind
You
you.
just
you're
or
pulling it.
right here, I'll
on your side.
then,
you get it
the
going, and you're at the
worst
side because you're tired of leaning backwards to let it hang with you. You just run it into the heel, and you're
That's the worst place to get a blister too.
It hits your Achilles tendon, and you're like,
I'm just gonna sit down.
If it rips skin or does anything I'm done for the next 2 to 4 business days. I'm not moving my heel. I can't.
I hate hurting my Achilles tendon.
It sucks, man. It sucks.
Very
Having those
important.
things stepped on by spikes in cross country and track, worst experience ever. I'm sure cleats are probably worse too because you got to keep moving real physical.
Real physical, but they're not
Real.
as sharp though.
Real physical. There's so much more power behind them sometimes. I don't know. Jacob can say.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
I was gonna say spikes is in and out. It's and
It's like getting bit by a snake.
For me, it's
or
like
they'll
when-
scrape from middle of
It's
your calf
when your
all the
Achilles
way
tendon
down,
gets
but-
kicked at an angle like this, and you're pretty sure, you're 90% sure that your foot's not going to be able to flex. Anyway.
I have a couple pictures I want to show you. This is Luke at work.
Oh wait.
Oh, no.
You actually haven't seen these two.
Oh,
This-
whoa.
This is a joke
I need
between
it on
me and
this.
Darren.
Hey yo, how rude.
Oh,
That's a Luke. I'll show you to him after.
Yo.
He's
Maybe,
just
we'll
sitting on the
see.
ground. Being very productive.
hard at work.
Yeah. work.
The American
Corporate work.
dream.
Corporate work right
Luke
there.
told me recently that he was in the top 6% of
7%.
7% of people of Chipotle eaters in the country
What?
on the app.
Yeah, when I yearly thing, it's like it's your Chipotle versary. You're in the top 7% of Chipotle eaters, and
That's just stuff. That's just from the app.
Yeah.
That's the only stuff they can track from
that
the
only
app.
counts the time. That doesn't count the times Tyson buys lunch,
Yo.
Or you don't use your app.
or I don't like. I usually use my app, but like that counts. That doesn't count all the times Tyson buys lunch, which is like a good 5 or 6 times a year.
That's funny.
Oh man,
Are you proud of that or not?
I said I'm going for the top 5%. I'm going to see if I can get to bump those numbers up.
Go for it.
Oh, that's.
I mean,
funny.
better that than like McDonald's.
Yeah,
or
that's
Burger
exactly
King.
what I
Yeah.
was thinking. Yeah.
At least it's half-ass healthy for me.
Right. It's a decent company too. You know, it could be worse.
Like, you're supporting something decent at least.
yeah,
Not just some corporate billionaires, but
we'll take it.
that's right.
That's funny.
Yeah, like my top topping was the mild corn salsa, just like the tomatoes, the pico.
Okay.
Favorite, I think my number one protein was chicken because it's cheap.
Obviously.
I forget. There's a bunch of other stats too, and I was like, it said my heat tolerance was low, and I'm like, yo, how do you not know all the times I put hot salsa on this stuff? Like, what are you checking? What?
Chipotle's rocking out the Spotify recaps now.
Essentially, that's what it was. I'll see if I can find it.
That's
If
crazy.
you can find something else to talk about while I search my email.
Well, I think Isaiah has something, but I think it's longer than a quick. You don't have something, or it's not quick.
Florida's way more boring than I thought. Let me try a different
Oh,
one.
that's wild.
I'm just gonna do. Here we go. So everyone knows who Florida Man is. If you don't know who Florida Man is, like, come on, guys.
Well, it's more like the concept.
Yeah, well, yeah, the concept of Florida Man. You know what I mean? Not who specifically one singular Florida
Oh,
Man
I knew
is.
what you meant.
All right, he's got it though.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
so I found it.
Go ahead.
So congrats, you're in the top 7% of Chipotle fans. I've had Chipotle for 31 days in the last year, and this was like I got this email like 8/8,
No, it's
like
gotta be more than
August
that.
8th.
It's gotta be more than that.
Big earner. I have 10 rewards. I have achievements like I don't know, Cinco de Mayo, like eating first to try pole asado, like all these like weird stickers they give away. It says my spice level is like very small, and I'm like, that's not true.
You gotta
Like, I
bump
get
those
hot
numbers
salsa like every time. I'm on Team Guac. I'm one of 1,427,381 rewards members in Ohio.
That was you, bro.
That was me.
It'll be one more second this time, a little longer. Be ready.
Yeah. Where did you get that?
Yeah, seriously.
I'll tell you later.
Where did? Whoa. How does that end up in people's phones, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. That's funny.
It is though. Like if you're on the rewards, you get emails and stuff, and
Man.
it's just so wild. Like I think about that. Like that doesn't sound like a lot. Like 31 times you eat Chipotle.
I swear it was more.
Like
Had to be.
Well, how many times do you think you go but don't use your app?
I always use my app.
Okay.
Like that's the first thing I think about. I'm like, oh, we're going to Chipotle. Let me get my app out. Let's see if I have any free rewards. Let's see what many points I got. Like what
feel
can
like
I do
there
here?
was some times where we didn't though.
You
Where,
didn't
like
what?
none of when we got Chipotle, when none of us like scanned, and
It might have been
or none
because
of us
Tyson
ordered
bought.
anything. No, there was definitely times like Tyson didn't buy that much.
I think he buys more often than we think.
Oh, for sure.
But I don't know. It did 31 times. Like that's less. That's like once every 10 days, pretty much, for the entire year.
Yeah, I feel like it was more than that.
And
But-
it probably is. Like I don't know what they're counting on, but I'm definitely higher than 7%.
Yeah,
I need my.
Officer,
true
I'm
Sometimes
sorry.
I question it, yeah.
I'm questioning this.
Well, just next year you got to bump it up, and if you get in like the top 4%, then we'll agree you're all right. You're top
All right, that's
1%.
probably pretty. That's probably
That's probably
closer.
pretty good.
I mean, just think. So it's a trip. I don't even go to like school in Piqua anymore. Like when I went to school in Piqua, it'd be like, man, I could
Piqua, Massachusetts.
I could just hop right down the road and go to Chipotle and then go home, eat, watch some TV, and do some homework. Not anymore. Like if I'm gonna go get Chipotle, I have to have something going on in that town.
Yeah.
Whatever. Not a big deal. But I found that very interesting. Actually, it was kind of fun.
I thought it was hilarious when you texted me. I was like, oh.
It's honestly not that hard. 31 times, like that's really not that much.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't seem like that much. But I don't know.
it's a lot. That's probably more times than I've went out to eat potentially in the past year.
Every time you eat at the golf course counts as eating out.
Yeah, it's factual.
It's just eating at work.
Duh.
You're not eating at your house.
Yeah, but if he wasn't working,
That's the same thing as
Yeah,
me
but-
counting
No,
when
but
I
if
eat
he was
Al's
like-
food. I count
Yeah.
that as eating out.
Well, don't, because if you're not working
Yeah.
and you were just at home, would you go out and eat, or would you just eat at home?
Yeah, yeah.
It's eating for the convenience of it being there.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna.
Not because
I'm not even allowed
I
to
want
drive
taco.
home.
Oh,
I'm not even allowed. Like in the serving industry, I always have to be.
yeah,
ready
I'm not
wait
allowed to
on
drive
someone.
home either.
Yeah, so I shouldn't count it as.
So it
eating
shouldn't
out.
be counted as eating out if you have to eat those meals there.
Yeah.
I don't have to eat.
Like, would
there,
you
though.
count it
It's
as
a
eating?
It's not a choice. Like,
Well, then sure,
it's
you're
a choice.
eating out,
I don't
but-
have to eat.
Well, sure, you're eating out then, but we're not. Like we're not. I'm not going to clock out, drive 15 minutes home,
Yeah.
eat
I'm not
for
gonna
15
pack my
minutes, drive
lunch.
15 minutes back.
I'm not gonna bring a packed lunch to a kitchen.
Why not?
Why not? You could.
Or eat before you go, or wait till
yeah,
after.
seriously.
It's definitely. It's
I'd
still
make a-
considered
I make
eating
a
out.
Honestly,
logical choice
I
right
consider
here
my
to
workplace
eat.
home. So
Yeah,
Close enough to it.
yeah, I practically live there.
I don't think it's eating out. Like it's not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's like eating
I
out food.
consider-
Yeah, I
It is.
consider it eating out. Like I'm making a true choice to eat.
It's so frequent to me. Like it's literally like
We're there
second
so
nature,
much.
isn't
It's
it?
like 15
it's second
times
nature,
so
isn't
much.
it?
it's like
When
2
you're-
meals a day.
When you're there
every day.
that much, yeah, I understand. I'm very aware it's eating out though.
Yeah.
It's still eating
Even
out.
if I just have a salad.
Yes, it's still a meal. You're still consuming caloric intake.
I don't know. I feel like eating
Wow.
out would be like going out, driving out for the purpose of like
Yeah.
eating food.
That's how I think about it.
like
But you're
eating
still
out
paying for that food. You don't get to eat for free when you're at work.
Eating out is just.
I think the difference is
Yeah, I do.
whether
Yo.
I
if
feel.
you
I feel
buy
like
it
it's the
as
intent.
if you buy it as groceries or if you buy it as food.
Yeah, this is the other thing. Am I really eating out because I'm literally making the food myself?
No, you do not. You have the kitchen help make your food.
No.
You've
I've
told
changed.
me more than once. You're like, all those.
if I
people-
don't have food
if I don't
ready-
have food, I'm gonna rip some
I made my
Now-
breakfast this morning.
Now that it,
at the golf course.
Yes, 9 a.m.
And you could have
Jacob
made
made
it at
it-
home.
You
Jacob
could have
made
ate at home before you went in. It's an option. It's a choice.
I
Grab
woke
a
up-
Pop-Tart. You're good.
Make some eggs at home. It's an option.
It's factual.
yeah, but I could have like eggs.
Devin and I
bacon,
are on the
pulled
same page
pork.
here.
I'm with Luke. I think it's still considered.
They
eating
consider
out.
eating out because my mom rips me all the time. She's like, "You really should quit eating less of that bar food. It's so bad for you." And I'm like, "I know,
But I eat salads.
It ain't gonna happen.
It
though.
I ain't gonna stop."
I had a grilled cheese. I had 2 pieces of bread with some butter.
breakfast,
Yeah, it had bacon on it.
cheese and bacon for breakfast.
Yeah,
That might be
are you trying to
bussin'.
argue that's healthy, bro? It looked amazing.
That sounds good.
actually
It was
pretty
literally.
good.
It was a bread,
it's bread,
cheese, bacon, cheese, bacon.
Okay.
I don't know where we left off.
Yeah, we don't know where we cut.
Yeah,
Sorry
we
about
checked
that.
where we cut, bro.
It's fine.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It was probably when we were just
Something
It had to be
about yelling
close.
at each
What if
other.
it wasn't?
Hey, I have the final
It
decision.
could have been a whole minute off.
We're gonna
Yeah.
put a poll up on the Instagram. I'm gonna put a poll up on the Instagram.
Sure, yeah.
So
If
Isaiah
you work at a
will
restaurant,
probably-
yeah. So if you work at a restaurant, does it count as eating out if you eat on the clock or eat on the job when you're at
I
work?
guaranteed the majority
People
of
are
the
gonna say
public
no.
will side
Because
with
they're
me and
probably
say
going to
it.
try to make themselves feel better. Like, no, I don't eat out 3
I'm
times.
not trying
I'm
to
just-
make myself
guys,
feel better.
I'm just
Other
saying.
people
I'm
probably
just saying.
will.
Eating out is something that when I think of it, it's like, man, I'm too familiar. I'm too used to like all the stuff we got here. You know,
Yeah.
too normal. Eating out is something like I'm gonna go eat something different.
I
It's the
agree,
same
I think.
thing.
Yeah.
Like 5 days out of the week where we work that much, and it's
No.
multiple
This is
meals.
literally my second home,
Yeah,
bro.
well,
I'm there
eating
6
out
days.
is-
What's the
Yeah, it's
difference?
what
That's
work
what we-
is. You spend more
eating
time at
out
work
is-
than you do at your house
Yeah.
in your lifetime, probably.
Was I complaining?
No, I'm just
bro.
merely
I'm just
stating.
stating.
He's making it sound like it's his second home or some crap. Sorry.
I'm waiting for the teacher to call on me. So
Yes,
I can
Devin,
speak.
what do you got?
So
Isaiah's the teacher.
I'm the teacher. I'm the oldest here.
he's a teacher in training, though.
Yeah. He's taking his GAs.
I have more.
Jeez.
I'm more qualified.
I'm more qualified
All right. So what if I ordered a pizza from the same place every night? Because I eat there routinely from the same place, the same thing.
You're ordering in. You're not eating out. Boom. Podcast over. Thank you very much.
No, but are
Literally
you?
what it's called though?
are you staying there for like 9 hours, making it yourself? Sometimes. And
Hey,
then,
my mom makes me dinner sometimes. I'm just saying, it's
Well-
still eating in.
Sometimes.
I didn't make the food. Sometimes. I'm not home all the time.
I still see it as eating out, but
It's still eating out.
again, this is one of those conversations. We get too deep for what it's worth, fellas.
It's really
Jason-
dumb.
That's
Jason's
all right.
laughing his butt off right now.
Yeah, he is.
Watching it.
it's insanely
You
important
talked
to me.
for 20 minutes about food again.
We always
This
talk
one's for
about
you.
food.
What did
It
you
was
go
the
ham at?
potatoes.
It was the
It was
potatoes.
potatoes.
You guys talked
different
for
cuts of
40
food.
minutes.
We need to bring that back. We never finished that
Potatoes.
conversation.
Yes.
Oh,
Frank the
made
Tank
it.
takes us to Potato Town if you guys want to watch
That's
the
a good
episode.
Yeah.
Such a good one.
It is random, but we may kill each other if we go any farther.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
for real,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, 100%.
May.
Trey's our deciding person here.
Yeah.
When you
We'll ask Trey.
Well,
We know what
Trey.
Trey's going to say because he actually has like a brain
Yeah.
that functions properly.
are we sure about that?
Trey takes in oxygen. So,
Yeah.
Oh wow, act
We'll
like
see.
I don't.
No, we breathe carbon dioxide.
Oh crap,
we're
that's right.
special. I question it sometimes. Yo,
Suck on exhaust pipes. Just
Yeah. So good, bro.
inhaler.
Diesel
Yeah.
trucks, that's my favorite.
All right, Luke, go ahead and plug us out.
Make sure you go follow the socials.
He always
TikTok
says-
at Speaking
All right,
Sporadically.
Skid 'em right, skid 'em right.
At Instagram at Speaking_Sporadically.
Hip hip.
Hooray! Thank you guys so much for listening, tuning in, watching, whatever you're doing.
Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, thanks
Yes.
for whatever you're doing.
Thanks for
And-
whatever. Yeah. Like,
Thanks for whatever
thanks
you're
for
doing.
Whatever
right
you
now.
guys do, supporting,
even if you're not watching us, like, thank
listening, tuning in, like a view, whatever.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
We
We
appreciate
appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And email us for the
If you want to be
Halloween
on, contact
sporadically
us.
bus.
Yeah.
Text us. Let us know in person if we know you.
Give us an idea of the costume, because if I show up and you're wearing the same thing, you're leaving.
you. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
We all good?
Yep. Catch you later. Peace.
Yeah.
See you guys.